Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be sewing. I thought it would be fun to thrift flip something. I got this really cute sweater from the thrift store. The fabric has a really nice pattern and I think it would look super cute as a different top. Here's some of my inspiration. Let's just get into the video. So this is the top that we're starting out with. It's very cute, but we're going to make it into something that I'll actually wear. So I'm flipping it inside out and I'm just tracing a shirt that already fits me. And now I'm just going to go over the lines that I already marked. And I'm going to mark 10 inches down where I want my bust to end. This measurement might be different for y'all. Now we're just going to cut our pieces out. This is what they should look like after they're done. And now we're just going to clip them together with the right sides facing each other. And guys, you do not need this many clips. I don't know why I went overboard. But now I'm just going to change my zigzag stitch so it's a longer length. And I'm rethreading my machine, so I'm using a thread that's closer in color to my fabric. And we're just going to sew the sides together. And this is our finished side seam. See, we're doing great so far. Next, we're going to sew the lace onto our shirt, but I was testing out a few different laces and I couldn't make up my mind on which one looked best. Honestly, I was leaning towards the white one a lot, just because I thought this blue was too bright, but this is the one I ended up going with. I posted on TikTok asking about the lace. I was feeling really indecisive between the three. It looks like most of you guys said that the brighter blue lace was the best match. So I think we're going to go ahead and go with that one. Before I sew on the lace, I decided to do a lettuce trim on the top of my bust piece. Just because I thought it would be easier to do it now than after I sewed on the lace. You can see the lettuce trim starting to form. And now I'm just going to press my seams, except I don't have an iron, so I'm using a straightening iron. I'm using a zigzag stitch to quickly hem the bottom where I'm gonna sew the lace onto, just so my fabric doesn't end up fraying or unraveling over time. But as you can see, we're sewing on the lace now, again just using a zigzag stitch, except I am using a longer stitch length. Here's how it's looking so far. I think it's turning out super cute, but now we're just gonna sew on the lace to the bottom part. I'm actually in love with this fabric, and I think the blue lace really brings everything together, even though I thought it was too bright at first. Here's what we have so far. If you're asking yourself, why do you look so angry? It's because I thought this trim at the bottom was so fugly, so I decided to do another lettuce trim. I think this was the best decision ever because look how much better it looks. Like, wow. But I still felt like it was missing something, so I went back and I cut open the sleeves to get more fabric. My plan was to make new sleeves with the old sleeves. I measured the top of my shoulder to see how much fabric I needed, and I just cut off the extra fabric. I also cut off the hem of the sleeve just because I knew I was gonna make a lettuce trim anyways. But I folded the fabric in half and then I folded it in half again. And I'm creating this shape and cutting it out. This shape is basically gonna give us the princess type sleeve. I don't really know what they're called. But oh my god, these sleeves were such a pain. Trying to do the lettuce trim on these literally jammed them into my freaking sewing machine. And I had to take apart my sewing machine to fix it. Anyways, back to sewing. Now that my machine is cooperating with me, we're going to do the lettuce trim all over the sleeves. This top actually has some beading, so throughout this entire process, I've been cutting them off just around the edges so my needle doesn't hit it and snap. But these are what the sleeves are looking like. I'm pinning them onto the shirt and I'm putting them a little further down just because I accidentally made them too long. But we're just gonna sew it together and we're almost done. I just thought it was still a little bit too plain, so I decided to scrunch up the top and add a bow, and I just sewed it all together. And I did this by hand just because I didn't really want to do it with the machine. I found it easier this way. And then just cut all the loose thread and excess fabric. And here's the final product. Yay, we're all done. I think it turned out super cute. Follow my socials and subscribe to see more videos like this. But that is all. Thanks for watching.